opens the door, and I love these kind of small things in Space Engineers that you can automate down like this.
No fuel.
Yeah, whatever. So this is Johnny. Here's Johnny. Oh, pain. Oh, pain. Hi guys, and welcome to my first video of Space Engineers. We will be starting a new world, but this is my current one, and we have some massive builds here that, the lag that this thing here is causing is just killing my game. But I wanted to put a first video out there just to test sound and recording settings and everything. I don't even know if I will upload it. However, there will be coming a series of Space Engineers, probably. I'm not going to build to this scale again, because this here massive capital ship is just, well, in space it's not that bad, but once I get close to the planet and need to land it, it just kills everything. I also have this problem where this little worker bee here, I call it the scout. It's not really a scout though, but whenever I connect it to the ship, I lag completely out. Sim speed goes to 0.1 or something. So today is more or less like a streaming, although I'm recording. So what we'll be doing is just testing out the game, not testing out the game, but testing out recording the game. I'm using OBS. I have to record via my phone because my current headset is not capable of both recording and playing sound at the same time. So I have to get a new mic, I think. I know a lot of guys are using the Yeti Blue Ball. Maybe that's what I'm getting as well. But we'll get more into that later. I'm currently building, I don't know what you call it. It's a little bit of a base there. I call it La Casita Blanca. Here you see my first mobile base. And this is basically a mobile base as well. I like to keep my bases mobile because, should the world end up crashing, you could just start off in a new world and spawn your base in. So how about we take a little look here. I've got a few mods installed. These Nova cannons are massively overpowered in my opinion. But I got them before I started playing around with shields, or the different kind of shield mods. So as you can see, my ship here is shielded completely. The thing is that I picked up this game after having played it for a while, and whenever you try to face off another ship out in space, the accuracy of the AI was just ridiculous. And there was basically, you had to build all these, the ships had to be really awkward if you were to make a fighter or something. And I just installed these to make sure that nothing came within range, to be honest. Also tried out the drill beam mode. It's a power hog if nothing else, but I don't know, it's kind of game breaking. It depends on what you want to do, my gameplay has been focusing on using a lot of drones, and this is this is a hangar. One of the ships I'm really happy with is my drill ship. It's this one. I call it the longboat. It's a very good drill ship. it's the standard design idea, but it has a gravity generator pushing the ores forward and spits out all the stone. I don't know, with the new stone being a resource now and how that works out, but this was the first mobile base I built, and it worked really great actually. I ended up flying with it at the end because I wanted to get from the starting point, which was a lake far over there. I wanted to get here, and traveling over land was not going to happen, to be honest. It's another small drone. This is basically an illumination drone with some hardware, and this is a welding and grinding drone. One of the things I don't like, this change came about, I mean it was years ago, but it's when they started factoring in the content of the storage of the cargo boxes into the weight calculation, because I feel like, for atmospheric ships especially, you need to have a ridiculous amount of thrusters. And I will be playing with some mods, and I haven't decided necessarily which mods I like. I really like the build and repair mod. I've used nanites. It's a power hog, and it keeps you having to dig insane amounts of uranium. It's more balanced maybe than the build and repair system, but when you've played Space Engineers for a while, the huge welding projects, to be honest, they lose their romance after a while. To be honest, it gets old. It's where is the forward spotlight on this one? Has I crashed? Have I crashed into something? Yeah, there's supposed to be some spotlights here. Build and repair. I'm a bit particular when it comes to naming things. And when you have a lot of grids and you can start connecting them together, everything becomes really, it's just a mess. So you need quite a good naming convention. And I saw Splitsy was using this. It's a different channel that I follow. Great player, plays Space Engineers. He uses, I think it's called Build Vision. That is a mod that I'm definitely going to look into using, because, well, when you have hundreds of different, say, interior lights, for instance, finding the correct one to adjust it in that menu is not really a thing. When Space Engineers came out, I don't remember the guy, what his name was, but he was a really great builder. He stopped making videos on YouTube, but he had a really systematic way of handling his ships, and I kind of took that from him. What I always do is, like, I have a timer block, or more than one maybe, for docking and launching my ships and grids. I also use a lot of drones, but I also use like a lot of remote controls, even though I'm sitting in the grid. Like this, for instance, I have to hit 8 twice, like 8, that changes to a backward facing remote control. I press 8 again to access the camera, because I think when you're sitting in the grid, the default camera thing doesn't work. And I like to automate things. This, you see the sensor there on the right? It senses senses small chips basically, and opens the door. And I love these kind of small things in Space Engineers that you can automate. So when we're hooked up, all I have to do is press 9, because well, let's see what it does then. So timer block launch, no, docking 1. So it locks the connector, turns off the antenna, sets the batteries to recharge, turns off the build and repair system, toggles off the Gatling gun, turns off the ore detector, turns off the spotlights, turns off the interior lights, and then it triggers what? Was that 1? Let's see what 2 does. 2 turns off the gyros, and it turns off the reactor. But did it say 1? No, that's stop. Remove. So let's see here. Timer, docking 2. That's supposed to trigger 2. Trigger now. Yeah. So let's see now. 9. Bam. Fantastic.
No fuel.
Oh, yeah. There's no reactors on this thing, so I don't know why they're bitching about the fuel, but... Oh, yeah. That was it. I was supposed to bring bulletproof glass. I don't want to hook this station up to the... Oh, yeah. I don't want to hook the station up to the capital ship, because I have lag issues when connecting to that massive thing down there. So this is La Casita Blanca. You know, if I end up starting a Space Engineer series, this might never be finished, this little house here. Yeah, so what was I working on? Oh god, this is like my little staying house project here. Ads and whatever. I bought all the new DLCs, you know, not, blocks are okay, but more to support Keen. I mean, I hope to keep developing the game. Scripts, man, scripts are fantastic. I love scripts. I don't make anyone, but, you know, I used to use Tim, the inventory manager. Now I use Issy because there are so many versions of Tim there, and I don't really... It's more advanced, and when you're working with multiple grids, Tim is far superior. But like the whole ship there was based upon using Tim for many things, but I just maybe, you know, need to adapt to using Issy's inventory manager, because I mean it's really good and it's so simple to use. It's more plug and play than Tim. I had this thing.
Fuel.
So okay, now when I want to launch here, let's see if we can get into a different position. It's because I'm connected. You see on 1 there, I have another timer. I just hit that, bam, everything comes on, and I'm disconnected. Oops. What? Oh, yeah. Maybe I should increase the range of that one. It's a really nice area, this. And after I put an extra set of wheels on the Scout here, I'm actually able to traverse that hill without using the atmospheric thrusters. So let's see now. Hit 8 twice, and I don't even have to back. I can just drive forwards, you know. It's fantastic, and especially with ships. I do this with all my ships. It's a really nice way of handling your docking. So what was it I needed? Bulletproof glass, I think, yeah. But that's it. Oh, come on. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no, you're going back. There. Yeah, inventory managers, they're fantastic. You know, if you don't have an inventory manager in your if you don't have an inventory manager in your space engineer's life, I mean, you need it. That's everything I have to say about that. And I don't want to connect to the capital ship here now because I'll just lag out, but this is transferring stuff between inventories like this is not viable, you know. It's, yeah, okay, whatever. Let's go take a look at my latest project. Oh, I didn't put the brakes on. Boosters, woo! Oh shit. Ah! No, 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 whoa, whoa, whoa. I put boosters on this to get up that hill. I don't really need them anymore. However, I've kept them, you know, anyway. I also have a cool idea for another one of these ramp doors. Using pistons and rotors and whatever. I mean, it will be a shrine to Clang, but we have to live with that, I guess. This is a guard drone, and the idea was that I put ISI's solar alignment. Is it? Yeah, it's ISI. I think it's ISI's solar alignment script on it. It's a little bit interesting because ISI says, he says that the only reason for using the gyro mode is for a ship in space. But I thought, hey, you know, if this thing can sit, you know, close to where I am, wherever that, if I'm working or something, because I've got wolves on, and it looks like wolves have been, you know, nerfed because they're not getting in your face all the time. But I can hear my different Gatlings going off every now and then, and I thought I'd make a little guard drone that could just sit up in the sky, and the idea was that it would have enough solar panels to keep it up there, you know, using the solar alignment screen. Okay, I have enough uranium in it. The idea is that I'm just turning off the reactor, basically. So, yeah, the idea is that it has guns on both sides and it's supposed to stay aloft and have battery power enough to keep it going through the night. So this is the ground, the guard drone Mark II. Is there anything I have forgotten here? Okay, this is annoying. You used to be able to connect to those grids while you were controlling them, but apparently you can't anymore. You have to go. Let's see how the batteries are doing now. But yeah, the lights are there. It's the port and starboard light. So let's see now. Guard drone Mark II. Yep. Oh, what the hell, man? Yeah. Whatever. I'm left-handed, and some of the controls in this game are, well, suboptimal in my opinion. But Shift I, which I use to get into this to the remote access directly, it always makes me sit down as well, which I don't particularly like. Okay, so let's go into the camera and see if we can't. There. I didn't think of using flying ships in this part of the hangar. So let's see now. Oh, it's underpowered, this thing. So basically, if I just let it sit here, it should now start using the script. So I need to remember to raise the height of that sensor field. You can see the sensor is down there on the right. You know, cars and wheels, they've come a long way in this game, to be honest. These things used to be completely unplayable. So there is now, let's see. The guard drone and the programmable block. Yep. We have ISI solar alignment script running. And let's go up and take a look at it, you know. Helmet off, please. Oh, we don't have much hydrogen. Get back down.
Fuel low.
Oh.
Fuel critical.
Yeah, come on. I generally always carry 2 bottles of hydrogen. Because I love using the jetpack. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, optimal sunshine. I have a Gatling on top and on the bottom. You know, I tried only having on the bottom, but that didn't work with the solar alignment because it kind of turns a little bit random, I think. Of course, it follows the sun, but it doesn't seem to be fixed which side of the panels it chooses, you know. And let's take a look at the power usage on that thing. Okay, let's turn off these lights as well. This is a bug, you know. I don't know what's happening, but I need to power off and power on the grid to be able to control certain things. So the workaround is the powering off the grid, but that has, if you need to do that to a drone, then you end up powering off the antenna, so that's not a good solution. Any hoozles, let's see, the guard drone, let's go into the terminal and to the batteries. The batteries are draining. Fully depleted in 1 minute. How about the reactor then? Let's boost that on. Is that going to help? So we need to bring him down because that's going to hurt. But let's take a look at the solar panels here. 34. So I'm wondering, you know, how much do we need? Every time I add more panels, it also gets heavier, you know? Let's bring it down before, so we don't get it crashing down. Guard Mark II, control, please. So let's go over here. Pain. Pain. This is what always happens when you have underpowered grids. That's a reload. It's underpowered not because there's too few thrusters, but it's underpowered because it was maxing out on the power usage. So we need more batteries. I thought, you know, one large and a couple of small batteries would handle it, but apparently not. Yep. So it's a little bit sad to see that ship go, the large one I mean, because I was never like super happy with it, but it's really been doing the job, I can tell you. And I have so much resources in that ship. It's insane. And I have all the rare resources, you know, like I've got lots of uranium, I've got lots of platinum there. Yeah, mods. I was talking mods. The reason why I use so much platinum is because I was making these. Yeah, I think it's called the tiered thrusters. They use a lot of the large ones. Use a lot of what did I say? Platinum. Yeah, platinum. They use a lot of platinum. You can build inside the ship so you can see a little bit how I go about doing that. And also, if you build the ship inside the hangar where you're supposed to use it, you're pretty much guaranteed that we're missing the center spotlight in this one again. Oh, whatever. Another mod I'm thinking about is removing that layer that's on top of the camera. I mean, with the technologies that they're playing with in this game, not having not having a proper camera is kind of foolish. But what I can do then is I can basically just power it down like this.
No fuel.
Yeah, whatever. So this is Johnny. Here's Johnny. No. Basically, it used a lot of power. How much power did it use? I don't know. We can probably calculate this by trying to see the total power usage, or we can just, you know. So that's 4 more solar panels. I don't know if this idea is feasible at all. It certainly needs more batteries. That's for sure. How about, you know, I can move that, squeeze a battery in there. So that's 2 more small batteries. So if we move this guy, we put a small battery in behind, like so. We could probably go with more. So this one goes there. One of the things I like about the build and repair system is that you can kind of, I mean, you could build without being in creative and then just printing stuff. Because, I mean, watching a video of what ends up being a lot of unwelded blocks, it gets difficult to follow sometimes, I think. So I prefer doing it like this, to be honest. So it looks like the sun is coming up. We will test that ship, and I guess that will be it for today. Whips airlocks, I think it's a fantastic script. Not just for airlocks, but for closing the doors behind you. Where's this guy? I'll jump into this because the antenna has better range than the suit.
No fuel.
Into the guard drone. What? Oh. Sometimes you wonder. Ooh. This is one heavy boy now. Yeah, put a button. Yep, I did. Oh, the control one. So let's see now. Let's get outside and up. Okay, we seem to have. Oh, it's lifting slowly. We seem to have power enough. Is the sun up yet? Let's disconnect from it like that. Let's get back into the, where is it? There it is. Terminal, let's see the batteries. They are still draining. They are all at 100%, but the batteries are still draining and fully depleted. So basically it's not working. We can control the guard drone. Oh, it's heavy. It's so heavy, you know, I don't know how many drones I've crashed. Because, like this, slow. We're still. So I guess we're sitting now. Before I switch off now, I'm just going to check if that reactor was turned on when it said 3 hours. Wait. Oh, it's the gyros! No. Guard drone, control. one. Oh. It's Issy. Issy's doing this. Up. So off. Let's turn that one off. Okay, then it's just a matter of seconds. Okay. So I got drone, terminal, and the programmable block. Let's turn it off. Oh, yeah. Well. So it needs more batteries, needs more solar panels. That's it for today, guys. I hope you liked the introductory video. Of course, if we make a series out of this, it will not be this world. We will be starting off fresh. And on that note, I'll catch you in the next one.